Hello everyone, in today's video I'll show you how to do this sunflower granny square crochet tote bag. I hope you will like this video, and if you have any questions please leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. You will need 4 different colors. 1 for the background, 2 for petals, and 1 for center part. I would say you will need roughly 30 grams in each of these 3 colors, and then just have a 100-gram ball for the main part. Then you will need 4.5 millimeter hook, needle, and scissors. To start it off, you want to grab your brown yarn and make a magic circle. So to do this, you want to grab your tail in front of your hand, wrap it around 2 fingers, making an X like this. So this strand on top of this one, and then you want to put your hook behind the first one and grab your second one. Take it off, and that's your magic circle. Chain 3, that's gonna be our first double crochet, and you want to make 15 double crochets inside, so it's gonna be 16 all together. To do that, yarn over, go into the circle, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over, go into the ring, yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time. And you want to repeat this total of 15 times, so with the chain you have 16 in total. I'm just gonna do that and I'll meet you at the end. I've just finished my 15 double crochets, and again with this chain here we have 16. You want to pull your left tail tight to close the ring and find your 3rd chain here, insert your hook and do a slip stitch to close it. Chain 1 to secure, and cut your yarn off, leaving a bit of a tail. Pull your yarn through and then insert it in any of those double crochets, just making sure that you count this chain as a double crochet as well. Grab your new color and attach it to one of your double crochets. Chain 3, and we will now start doing petals. So you want to yarn over, go into that same stitch, pull up a loop and leave it like that. So that's called unfinished double crochet. Once again, yarn over, go into that same stitch, pull up a loop and leave it like that. Then you want to yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. This is how it looks, and our first petal will always be a bit different because we need to do a chain 3. From now on you will be doing 3 unfinished double crochets. So into the next stitch, yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop and repeat that 2 more times. So go in, pull up a loop, and 1 more time. That's gonna leave you with the 7 loops on your hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you've got 7, yarn over and pull through all of them. Then again into the next one, you want to do the same thing of doing 3 unfinished double crochets into that 1 stitch. Once you've got 7 loops, pull through all of them and keep repeating this in all those double crochets. So I'm just gonna do all of them in every single double crochet I have here, and you should have 16 petals all together. So I'll do that and I'll meet you at the end. And I am now at the last petal here, so I'm just gonna do those 3 unfinished double crochets, pull through all 7 loops. This is how it should look. And before finishing off, just count if you've got 16 of them in total. If you do, you want to slip stitch it with the chain 3 here. And to secure, chain 1. You can now cut your yarn off, leaving a bit to hide later. Pull it through and grab your next color, which is yellow for my second round of petals, and this is round 3 in total. So yeah, now you want to find your spaces in between petals. So we're not gonna go into these stitches here, those 2 loops you see here. You want to go into this space instead. So it's a space in between each petal that we will be working. In one of those spaces, put your hook in, grab your yarn and attach it here. And as always, chain 3 to start off. That counts as our first double crochet. And for this row, we will be doing half unfinished double crochets. So you want to yarn over, go into that same space, pull up a loop, yarn through 2 loops and leave it like that. This is a half unfinished double crochet. And you want to repeat that one more time. Pull through 2. And for the first petal, you will have 3 loops on your hook. Pull through all of them and chain 2. Into the next space, you want to do 3 half unfinished double crochets. So yarn over, go into the space, pull through 2. Again, same thing, pull through 2. And one more time, pull through 2. And this leaves you with 4 loops on your hook. Pull through all and chain 2. So like I said, every first petal is a bit different because we need to do a chain, but then it's gonna be all the same around. So to show that once again, yarn over, go into the next space, pull through 2, again, pull through 2, and that's total of 3 unfinished, half unfinished double crochets, chain 2, and keep doing this all around until you have 16 petals in total. I'm now at the end of my row and I have 1 petal left to do. So I'm just gonna do that as normal. Pull through all 4 loops, chain 2 as always, and we will slip stitch it with the 3rd chain here. So put your hook in and do a slip stitch. Chain 1 to secure, and you can cut your yarn off, leaving a bit for hiding it later. Then you can pull your hook through insert it into one of those spaces in between those petals and grab your background color. And this time you want to chain 4, as we will begin working with treble crochets. So to do a treble, you want to yarn over twice, go into that same space and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. One more time. And with the chain here, you have 3 trebles now. Chain 2, and into that same space, because this is our first corner, you want to do another 3 treble crochets. So this chain 2 space is your corner, and then for the next space here, you want to make 3 double crochets. And that's 3 of them. Into the next space, make 3 half double crochets. So when you pull through 3 loops to make half double. And once you've got that, into the next one you will be doing 3 double crochets again. And this is where our next corner will be. So the same exact thing, 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles. So I'm gonna do that. After 3 trebles, you want to chain 2. And another 3 trebles. So that's one side done with 2 corners. From the corner again, you will repeat this thing, then corner again, and another 2 times. So basically in the next we will do 3 double crochets. Then in the next one, it's 3 half double crochets. And the next one, 3 double crochets again. And you've reached your corner. So do a corner and repeat those 3 clusters again. So basically you are repeating this bit 4 times for your 4 sides. So again, I'm gonna do the corner. So it's 3 trebles, then chain 2, 3 trebles into that same space, then 3 doubles, 3 half doubles, 3 doubles, corner again, and 1, 2, 3 for the side. So I'm just gonna do that and I'll see you at the end. But as you can see, by doing 1 corner and those 3 clusters and repeating it 4 times in total, you complete the granny square. And to join it all together, you want to find the 4th chain, so the top of your chain, make a slip stitch, chain 1, and you can cut your yarn off. And pull it through. Now you want to hide all of those tails in, making sure that you hide this one, the initial starting one, very well, because it might come loose and you will have a hole inside of here. So make sure you hide this one very well and then hide the rest of them. And once you're done hiding in the tails, this is how your granny square will look like. And then you will need to make 13 in total, so another 12 granny squares. And then once you do that, I'll show you how to join them all together. To join them, grab 2 granny squares, and you want to put them wrong sides in so that you have right sides on the outside. Grab your hook and background color yarn, and you want to be going into the inside loops. So this loop is your front, this one is your front as well, and these are the inside loops only that you want to go through. And starting with the chain here, so you have 2 chains for the corner. Start with the one on your left, same for the second granny square, and attach your yarn, chain 1, and we will be joining it with the slip stitch method. And by having it right side up, it will create a rimmed edge. If you don't want that, you can do the same thing but flip them right sides in, so you have wrong side out, and it will create seamless joining. So you can do either on a right or wrong side, but I'll do it on the right. So yeah, once you've got your yarn attached, go into the next stitch and make a slip stitch, and that's only through inside loops. So we're leaving front side and front loop for both unjoined, basically. Yeah, so as you can see, here is our front loop, and you're just going into the back loops, and you will do that until you reach another corner here. And then your last slip stitch will be into the first chain here, and same for the second granny square. And then you will leave the second chain here unjoined because that would fall onto this side. Chain 1 once you're done, and you can cut your yarn off. Pull it through, and this is how it looks all joined. So you can see this rim here, it just kind of pops up, and from the wrong side it looks like this. So you can achieve this by doing it right side in, so folded like this, and then going like I showed, and you will have this effect on your right side if you don't like how it looks with this one. Once you've got that, you will need to join the rest of your granny squares, and I'll show you how it will look. I will also put up a picture on the screen. And yeah, that's the layout you have to join it in. So there's 2, 3, and then 4, 2, and these 2. But yeah, it's probably easier to see the picture on the screen rather than understanding this. But once you fold it in half, it will then look like this. So the last step before moving to handle part will be to fold those 2 squares on the side in half and join along those 3 sides on both of them. So along here and here, and same with this one. And then you will have the opening for your bag here. So yeah, join the sides and I'll meet you for the handles. And then when you have your bag all joined, you want to grab your hook and insert it into either of the sides. So here or here. And there's gonna be some space in between those 2 granny squares. So just join on the side and we will do 1 row of single crochets all around. So I'm just attaching my yarn and I'm gonna go with the single crochet all around. And when you reach this corner space here, you have 2 chains. So just do 1 single crochet inside of this chain 2 space. This is gonna be our middle here for the handle, and then continue making those single crochets. And again, when you come closer to the joining part, you will see that there is a bit of a gap in between where we joined our square. So just do a couple of single crochets. I'm gonna do 1 here, 1 inside where the corner is, and 1 on this side, so that it brings everything kind of together. And then just continue as normal doing single crochets here. You will make 1 in this chain 2 space, and then repeat everything on this side until you come all around to the point where we joined our yarn, and I'll show you how to finish this round off. When you reach the end, you just want to make a slip stitch with your first single crochet, chain 1, and continue doing single crochets up until this chain 2 space where we have 1 single crochet. So I'm just gonna do my single crochets up till that point. And you want to make a single crochet into that single crochet as well, and then chain whatever length you want for your handle to be. I'm gonna chain 60. And I've just finished chaining 60, and what you do next is, after you find your single crochet in the middle of this chain 2 space, make a slip stitch and attach your chain here. So this is where your handle will be joined. So yeah, if you want your handle longer or shorter, you can adjust the amount of chains you make. But once you're happy with it, continue doing single crochets until you reach other side chain 2 spaces. So you want to single crochet along here until you reach this point. So you will repeat the same thing by doing chain, same as your first one, and then slip stitching it into the next corner here. So I just did single crochets along here. I chained 60 again, and I will repeat same thing as for other side. So find your single crochet you have in the middle of those chain 2, so just above this chain 2 space, and continue with the single crochets until you reach your first single crochet of the round. And then slip stitch it with your first single crochet. This is how it looks so far, and from now on you want to do 4 rounds of single crochets all around the bag. So when you reach this point, you will be going into the chain, then along this side, into the chain again, and finish it off on this side. So 4 rows in total all around. So as always, we're just gonna go with the single crochets in every single stitch. And when you reach your chain, simply do the single crochet in those chains you made. So I've got 60, and I will be doing 60 single crochets. It can be a bit hard because it's always a bit harder working in foundation chain, but once you've got your first row, it will be much easier to do later on. So continue doing those, and I will meet you at the end of this first round of doing single crochets. But in total, it's your round 3 going around, because you had 1 single crochet row, then your second with the chain, and this is your 3rd row of going in rounds for handle. And when you finish going around, as always, slip stitch with first single crochet you've made, and then begin another round. So this is how it looks after doing 1 row of single crochet into the chain, and you want to repeat that another 2 times. So I'll meet you at the end of those another 2 rows to show how it looks. And when you reach the end after doing 3 rows of single crochet, and if you're happy with how thick this is, just bear in mind that it will be twice as big because we will repeat this part on inside as well. So if you're happy with that, slip stitch, chain 1, and you can cut your yarn off. And now you want to grab your bag and insert your yarn into this corner here. Attach your yarn, chain 1, and single crochet in all of those stitches here, and then into your chain, so it's the opposite side of the chain you made initially. And when you reach this part, just continue going into the initial foundation chain with the single crochets, and you want to go all around until you reach this first single crochet. So I'll do my stitches and I will meet you at the end here. And when you reach the beginning, put your hook into the first single crochet, make a slip stitch, chain 1, and repeat this row another 2 times so that your handle is the same thickness as this part on this side, and then I'll meet you at the end. And once you're done with those 3 rows here, of course if you made more on this side, you can make more on this one as well, so it's kind of symmetrical on both of those edges. But once you're done, you want to slip stitch into next single crochet, chain 1, cut your yarn and pull through, then hide the tail. And you would need to repeat this for your second handle as well, which I already did. And this is how it looks all together. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you in my next one.